Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Indian. There's always a Disney God. I hope you are ready for this episode because today we're going to be talking about my show, Legacies. You guys already know that Legacies is my show, and it's always been my show. I mean, like always. Legacies has been my favorite show, and if you didn't know that, now you know. So today we're going to be discussing Legacy Season 4, Episode 3. And let's explain. We're going to be talking about Hope becoming the tribrid. But let's break down everything that happened in this episode. So, obviously, Hope becoming the tribrid has been one of the most prolonged plots of the entire show, obviously. The reason being is that, Hope is already powerful. Her becoming a tribrid, will make her just the most powerfulest being ever. Now, what does it mean to become a tribrid? Well, I'm going to explain it. To become a tribrid basically means to have all. Well, first, Hope was born a hybrid. A hybrid means that she has both witch and werewolf. She's a witch and a werewolf. That's what it means to be a hybrid. So she was born a hybrid, but she was originally born with all three bloodlines. Now, to become a tribrid means that she would have to die to activate her vampire side. She would have to die, and once she wakes back up after dying, because when you become a vampire, when you're not an activated vampire, you resurrect immediately after. Well, not immediately, but like minutes or hours after. She will be in transition. So because she's a vampire, vampires obviously need blood to run off of. They need fresh blood to live. So she would need to drink blood, and then that'll complete the transformation of her becoming a fully activated tribrid. But her becoming a tribrid was one of the most prolonged plots, but it was the only way to destroy Malivore. And that was one of the things that, people wanted to avoid was her becoming a tribrid. Everyone literally, when I say everyone literally was trying to avoid this from happening, like literally everyone was trying to avoid this from happening. And there was really nothing that people could do because this was like the only possible solution. This was the only, way that she could, that Malivore could be basically basically Hope is the only possible solution to Malivore. Basically, there's no other possible thing. It's her becoming a tribrid. They've exhausted literally every other option. So this has been one of the most prolonged storylines of all. Indefinitely, I would say. And even though they've tried, their best to find different possible solutions, there is no other solution. There's only one, and that one was for Malivore. There was no other way. Now, of course, the reason why she chose was because of an incident that happened with Ethan. Ethan, who she didn't know, obviously, was a monster, or Malivore turned him into a monster, and she didn't know, and she hurted him really bad, obviously, and she found out it was Ethan, and she was shocked. She was like, I have to become the tribrid. And then Alaric and Hope got into this huge argument about her not being ready, and then he made this stupid comment, even though it's true, and he said that she will always be her father's daughter, which, I mean, let's be real. I mean, her father's a killer, you know? So it's not like um it's not like what he's saying is wrong, but it was rude, obviously. But I mean, the only possible solution would be there was no really other solution. Obviously, I mean they tried switching bodies with, you know, him and his other son Clark. That didn't work. They tried every possible solution and it didn't work. So her becoming a tribrid was the only possible answer. Now, what happened was our surprising guest, Freya, joined in for the episode, and she came to help Hope make that transition by saying a spell. And then she died, and then once again, Hope had to make this huge decision between choosing peace or choosing to save the school. It's crazy how every time Hope has an issue, she has to choose an option. It's ridiculous. It's insane. Um, but at the same time, I'm not even shocked because Hope has always been the leader. But hey, I think what's even worse is that after Hope killed Malivore, which was also Landon, when she made that tough decision, Hope said that after she killed Landon, her humanity flipped immediately. And the reason why she did that, obviously, was to protect herself from that feeling. But at the same time, what she's done is also reckless. And we will touch back on that in our next episode. But for now, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast so you can be updated when any new episode premieres. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And yeah, bye-bye, guys.